Ezra May. Welcome to a brand new Monday musical. Today I am talking about Annie, which is one of the first ones that I remember watching on television and absolutely fell in love with it. It is amazing. It ticks all the boxes. It's got a great cast of characters, a great score, great music, great story, great everything, and I can remember watching this over and over when I was a little kid, and I still watch it and I don't get bored of it. It's one of those ones where I can just pop in and it can run in the background, or I can really pay close attention and find something new every time. So this is a 1982 version, which is by far my favourite. I would have done a Monday musical on this earlier, but I was waiting to see the remake, which I did last week, the 2014 Annie, produced by Will Smith, so you know it's gotta be good. Annie came out on Broadway. That was the very first time it came out. It was 1977, played on Broadway, inspired by a comic which was called Little Orphan Annie that Harold Gray wrote, but his comic was inspired by a poem written by James Riley. Mind you, this was in 1885, which means this is a classic story. It is timeless. On Broadway, the book is written by Thomas Meehan and the music was by Charles Strauss and Martin Charnin, who have just composed this amazing stuff that I don't even know how I will ever get to that level, but we'll just see about that. Probably not ever. And since playing on Broadway, they've decided to make a movie. They've made a couple more movies, and now again, last year, 2014, they did a remake. So this one is my favourite because I feel like it captured the essence of the, the characters well. I think because it was 1982, it kind of still had that vibe that it needed, just the heart of it, whereas the Disney version is a lot shorter. It's a lot more kid friendly. It kind of has, because it's so short, this kind of just, natural progression. It's still good, but I really love the actors from the 1982 version. Aileen Quinn is just, she was just born to play Annie. She's so cute. Carol Burnett as Miss Hannigan was one of my favourite things ever. And then you've got Tim Curry, Bernadette Peters, like where can you even go wrong? This one's pretty good too because I love Kristen Chenoweth, and Kristen Chenoweth plays Bernadette Peters' part of Lily in the musical. On to the 2014 remake. Honestly, I really wanted to like it, but I feel like it could have just been a movie without having the musical element. I felt that, it's so weird because I love everybody that was a part of the movie, but when they came together, it was just kind of a mess. For example, Sia, who curated the album, she is an amazing artist. Totes got respect for her. But I feel like she wrote in too many extra songs that didn't fit the tone of the movie, which of course was very modernized. I feel like the setting and the casting was all great, but the music and the singing just kind of felt out of place. Now, kids today won't remember this movie or even the Disney one, which is 1999, but they probably liked it. But for me, growing up and having seen these remakes, I kind of didn't enjoy it as much as I hoped to. Sure, Tomorrow, which is, the pinnacle song of the movie, if you haven't heard it, what are you doing? Sounded really great with the beat. It had that kind of like urban beat happening to it. But then, for example, Miss Hannigan's solo, Little Girls, she added in like all these extra verses that just made me feel really awkward. And Cameron Diaz, I love her, but I feel like she was very nervous to do the part, and I think she did her best and I think it was fine, but I could see her nerves, if that makes sense. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 probably. Oh, that sounds so low. Okay, 7 out of 10. Because I feel like you could just cut out all the music and it would still be a good movie. I also saw the stage version of Annie when it came to Australia. I think it might have been 2 years ago now that it's 2015. So 2013, I believe, I saw it at the Regent Theatre with Anthony Waller as Mr. Warbucks. Oh, he was fantastic. I can't even begin to explain how good he is. His voice just rang, and I didn't really have good seats, so just hearing his voice meant that, he was so good. It was pretty good. I felt that the kids weren't as energetic as I wanted them to be. I guess I just have very high expectations. Because this is a musical that is 70% children, I expect them to be like on the ball. But anyway, I still enjoyed that. I got something from that. I got this locket, which I think is adorable. It symbolizes that, you know, one of the most famous props in the musical, which is the locket plus the note that Annie's parents left her. And I don't wear it, but I just thought it was pretty cool to have. And one of the reasons that Annie hits so close to home is because I was lucky enough to be in a production of Annie when I was in the 9th grade, which was 2008. And it was so much fun. I just love the music. I love the way we did it. I'm wearing the shirt right now, which has been sort of peeking out to you the whole video. My name's on the back. I got to play Molly, who is the youngest orphan, but she had a few lines here and there, so it was kind of almost the lead role, but like 3 steps down, and I was so grateful to even get in. So that was really fun. And another fun fact was that I was the eldest out of all the girls who played orphans, but I was playing the youngest, so I was playing like a 7-year-old and I was 16, so I mean, whatever. That's all for today. What are your thoughts on Annie? I want to hear all of your thoughts. I love this musical so much. It is so close to my heart. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the other side. Bye! Quick story breakdown. Basically, Annie is a young girl who is an orphan, and her parents have left her half of a locket and a note saying that they'll come back to get her, and these are her birth parents, who have actually, spoiler alert I guess, have not been alive for quite some time, but she is still determined to find her parents. She's got that positive spirit. She's so happy. She's so energetic, and she's just so positive for all of her friends in the orphanage. So she is chosen by Oliver Warbucks, who is a billionaire. He's trying to make his reputation even better, so he has to adopt an orphan for a couple weeks. But then they form a bond, and you just see all these things unravel, and you find out which characters are after money, which characters are genuinely caring, and you learn a lot about people. Ultimately, it's a children's musical, which means it could be enjoyed by the whole family, which is, you know, what I essentially love about the musical. And I think you could just watch it whenever you feel down, because it's one of those that just perks you right up, and I absolutely love it.